Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Dosha with DoshaDreams Tarot, and today we are outside. We have a little bit of sunshine out. It feels really lovely. All the snow is melted, so I figured I would go ahead and do a collective reading outside today on my porch. So, we're going to ask Spirit, first and foremost, thank you for your divine messages and guidance. We're truly grateful, and we know we couldn't do it without you. So, do you have any messages for the collective today? Any messages for the collective today, Spirit? Okay, a couple messages. Okay, just one moment. Okay. So, I feel like this is kind of going in some interesting directions already, because of course this is a general reading, just to remind you all. So the messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do, please enjoy and embrace, but if not, just leave the rest behind for somebody else, okay? So I feel like for the collective right now, there may be kind of a variety of feelings happening here. So the three cards that we have out are the Morning Dew Girl. We have Can You Hear Me? And Queen Bee. This is from the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck, by the way. So the feeling that I'm getting here is there could be kind of like these three different vibes going on right now. So I'll kind of just lay them out for you as they come out for me. And we'll go ahead and clarify each one. So with the Morning Dew Girl, I'm getting this kind of sense of like innocence, but also a little bit of melancholy here. But there's definitely some optimism to the Morning Dew Girl. I think that the vibe is very much, kind of, which I think it's funny because, yeah, today the sun came out and it melted all the snow, right? So that's kind of the feeling is that it's like, this is like the dawn, and kind of evaporating the moisture that kind of gathered over the night. Does that make sense? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. So there may be some of us who are feeling kind of optimistic and like moving into something new and feeling excited about it. So then we also have Can You Hear Me, which is a card of isolation. This card really speaks to being in a place of deep emotion. And if you can see in the card that this figure has a trumpet in their hand, and they can call this trumpet for assistance, support, friendship, connection anytime, but they're holding it at their side and they're being more passive, kind of letting themselves be isolated in their own emotions, even though they do have the ability to, reach out to others. They are choosing not to at this time. So we'll kind of see what's going on with that one as well. And then we've got, bada bing, we've got the Queen Bee card. So what I'm feeling for this is some of us are feeling very much in our power, feeling very in touch with our kind of inner queen bee, so to speak, feeling like the director of your own movie. You're feeling like the director, the producer, the main actor, the lead role, and so on, right? And the writer, right? So you're feeling large and in charge, you know what I mean? So this is like definitely quite a kind of like diverse energy here, and I think that really speaks to where everybody's kind of falling on the spectrum of emotion right now, like how we're all feeling. So we have some of us are coming out of the night into the light and feeling optimistic about the future and letting our innocence kind of shine, so to speak. It is still a little bit windy here, but and then we've got, some of us are feeling really isolated and lonely and not feeling very supported, or maybe we're not feeling like reaching out to people, even though we could if we wanted to, and then some of us are just like on top of the world. So that's a pretty wide array. So we're gonna go ahead and clarify. I'm gonna use the Star Spinner Tarot to clarify these cards to start with. Thank you so much for the guidance and messages, Spirit, so far. Can we go ahead and clarify the Morning Dew Girl? Why is the Morning Dew Girl card here? I think I had a card flip. Yeah. Okay, and so I also wanted to mention, because I'm looking at the imagery a little bit better, if you can see that this person has a leaf that they're gathering the morning dew in, and you can kind of see how it's more dewy on one side than the other, so it's almost like the sun is starting to evaporate that, and then on this side they're like gathering the morning dew to, you know, use. So it's almost kind of like learning from your long nights, if that makes sense, you know, and like gathering what has been valuable, and what has been cultivated through the difficulty, if that makes sense. I'm gonna eat a cherry real quick, forgive me. It's a collective reading, it's a beautiful day. I can do whatever I want. Anyway, so, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get another card or so out. Yeah, helpful. Just to kind of contextualize a little bit more before I start reading. Can we get one more card out for the morning dew, girl, for a little more context and depth here? Okay, well, you get what you asked for, that's for sure. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse here. We've got, okay, just give me one moment. Okay. Okay, interesting. So, to start, the first card that came out was the Two of Pentacles here. I feel like this is kind of speaking to the cycles of life, right? So the Two of Pentacles can really, it can mean a variety of things depending on the context. The vibe that I'm getting from it right now is kind of like the infinity symbol, so like the cycles of life, which is what I feel like, you know, night and day, right? Rain and sun, the duality, the cycles, right? So I feel like that Two of Coins is really speaking to that I feel like this is somebody who has started to master these cycles so that, you know, they're not getting stuck in a particular way of thinking, they're not getting stuck in a particular way of, you know, or getting bogged down by the dark cycles, right? They're starting to gather the morning dew right before the sun evaporates it, because actually they realize the nighttime is kind of valuable for that, right? So that's what I'm getting here. You've got the Judgment card coming out in reverse as well for this card, and I'm kind of feeling that this might have to do with kind of like putting the past to rest, right? Like putting the past to sleep. We've also got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so, you know, this is like not really, what's the word? Because the Knight is the most stable Knight in the deck, but it's also the slowest moving, so it's kind of like maybe this is signifying like I'm not really going to wait, I don't know how to explain it, like, yeah, like I'm kind of not going to take offers that are going to take a long time to bloom or blossom anymore. Does that make sense? So then we've also got the, which patience is a virtue, but I understand. You've also got the Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Seven of Cups can speak to confusion or having too many options. Or even illusions about options, and so it creates confusion, right? So I'm kind of feeling like this being in reverse is kind of like you're like, I'm over it. Like, I don't really care. I don't want a whole bunch of options, right? Like, I don't want the confusion of having all these options. Like, this is almost feels like somebody who doesn't want to be like single and dating anymore. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that. I mean, well, I know part of the reason why is because we're also getting the Ten of Cups coming out, which the Ten of Cups is all about happiness, fulfillment within a relationship, long-term commitment. This is longevity in a relationship, absolutely, and like the full encompassing, you know, emotional fulfillment that comes with, you know, having commitment and family and stability and all that sort of thing, if that's something you want, right? So I feel like this is somebody who is like, you know what, I'm becoming a master of my own emotions. I'm starting to like work through the cycles of life. Things are up and down, but I know what I want. I know what I'm going for. I'm putting the past to rest. I'm not accepting anything that isn't going to, you know, come through for me. and especially something that's going to take like years to get to a point where that it's like happy like this, you know what I mean? Like I don't want any more projects. I know that sounds messed up, but like I think some of us are just ready to move forward, you know? We don't want all these confusing options. We know what we want, right? Okay, so that's one timeline, right? I get the feeling this is going to be a decently long read. So let's go ahead and do the Can You Hear Me card. So thank you, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance, of course. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of assessing here. Yeah, so this is definitely one of the tougher timelines, for sure, that the collective is going through, or like one of the tougher kind of like energies to be in right now. But, don't worry, it's going to be okay. So look, we've got the Knight of Cups coming out. I feel like you could be feeling like you have a lot of emotions right now, that you have a lot of emotions to offer, or even a lot of love to offer, that you're kind of in this position of deep emotion and wanting to share it with others, but you're kind of holding back because we've got the Chariot card in reverse. So you're not moving forward, and you're not necessarily taking action right now. So I'm not really sure why that is. I might clarify a little bit more because these other cards are giving me some indication. But I feel like you're not moving forward or taking action right now. Like you're kind of feeling stagnant in your own emotion, right? We also have the Five of Wands coming out. So that could speak to feeling a lot of inner conflict. You could be having conflict with other people as well, but this is feeling very much like within, especially when it comes to the, Can You Hear Me card, is I feel like you're isolated. So I don't think this is really conflict with other people. It could be internally you feel conflicted, but I feel like this is more about within you, right? But we do have the Eight of Wands coming out. So I feel like you're ready to take action. You want to communicate. You want to take action, but you're just feeling really trapped in your own emotions. We have the Queen of Cups coming out in reverse. So I just feel like you're not feeling very abundant when it comes to like emotional connection with other people, but you definitely have a lot of emotions, right? But you're not feeling like emotionally balanced and emotionally fulfilled right now. So yeah, I feel like this is really about just like feeling kind of stagnant, feeling like you want to take action and move forward, but you're just feeling emotionally out of balance or even emotionally overwhelmed. So I'm going to go through each one of these and ask for advice on them, okay? Because I feel like that would be helpful, especially if you're going through a tougher time. I might actually... I'm gonna come back around to it, and and it's not to kind of like put it off to the side or anything, but that's just what I'm feeling called to do. Okay, so you might be going through a tough time, some of us. Okay, and it definitely has more to do with emotions than anything. Yeah, but it just doesn't feel right to move on too abruptly onto this Queen Bee energy because it's just like so drastic. So but I don't want to get let's just yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm having a hard time deciding if I should... wow, okay. You've got the Queen of Swords in reverse inside of this deck. You got the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Wands in reverse, Temperance in reverse. Wow, you got a lot of reversals. Okay, so... what I'm thinking for you right now, and whoever this message is for, is that, this Queen of Cups in reverse could be you. It would make sense, especially if you're like all in your emotions right now. But I feel like it's possible that this could have to do with your love situation, that you're wanting to drop the burdens in something. Yeah, I'm just like, is this whole deck in reverse? I'm sorry. I just am feeling There's something deeper going on here. We'll get back to it. We really will. Okay, so let's get to the Queen Bee energy. Let's just go ahead and get out of this real quick. Whew. So, wow, Spirit, thank you so much for all your divine messages and guidance. We are truly grateful, and we could not do it without you. Do you have any clarification for the Queen Bee card? Okay. Can we clarify the Queen Bee card? Can we clarify the Queen Bee? Okay, that seems like, okay, that's like 4 cards. That seems fine. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Pentacles. That makes a lot of sense to me because, you know, usually when people are feeling like this in this energy, it's because they're like getting it done, and because, you know, they're bossing up and like that whole sort of thing. That's what I'm feeling for y'all right now. So let me take a look at this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you've got the Magician in reverse here. What this speaks to for me is this isn't really just like about you like manifesting your dream life or whatever. This is actually about you kind of letting go of control, believe it or not. And I feel like actually giving in rather than trying to make something happen, right? Like, I don't think you're sitting here like trying to be a queen bee. Like, you know what I mean? No pun, but like, I really don't think you're trying. I don't think that you're like trying to make yourself something you're not. Like, this is just who you actually are, like on the inside. So this is when you actually let go of trying, that you become what it is that you already are, right? So that's a pretty cool message. So you're also getting the Lovers card coming out. So this could be really pretty straightforward. I mean, this could be that you know, have, you know, I think this is actually you just making good decisions, but this could also mean you having new love in your life, and that's making you feel like they're treating you like a queen bee, which is great, you know, regardless of gender, but like, you know what I mean, treating you with self-respect and worth, you know, and value, like deep value. So I just feel like, yeah, that you could easily just have like given in finally and stopped trying, and then everything is starting to work out. You do have a couple other cards coming out that I'm kind of curious about, but here you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. So this to me speaks to like not walking away from yourself anymore, and not walking away from things that are difficult anymore, because directly after that you have the 3 of Swords, and I would have saved it for a little bit longer, but I feel like they're connected. So I feel like with these 2 cards, it's really talking about you not walking away from the pain anymore. Like I said, I feel like you're not trying to manifest anymore. You're kind of giving in, and I feel like that's what's making everything work out for you right now. That you're not walking away from yourself or your pain anymore. You're facing it, and so then, you know, you're getting the 9 of Cups, which is just all about emotional fulfillment and happiness, right? So I feel like that's what's going on for you right now, is that you've given in, you've you know, embraced your pain, and you're not running away from it anymore. You're making better decisions, you're not trying, and that's just working really well for you right now. It's making you happy, so that's really awesome. So like I said, we would do, I'm gonna eat another cherry, but so we're going to go ahead and ask some advice or guidance, maybe actually like, advice. I feel like we should ask advice. I don't feel like necessarily everybody on the table needs advice, but I definitely feel like this group in the middle, this is like, well, so we'll say the Morning Dew girl is group 1. Can You Hear Me is group 2. And group 3 is Queen Bee. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna look at it. So I feel like group 2, Can You Hear Me, I feel like y'all need advice, but we're gonna do advice for everybody because I want things to be fair. And, you know, and I also don't want to leave you out. I felt like we really do need to do some advice. So okay, let's get it together here. So okay. I just had to think it. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Spirit, do you have any advice for Can You Hear Me? I feel like you might end up with a lot of advice. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that. Okay. Um, oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to take all of them, but I'll take the one that fell. Just one moment. Okay. Any advice for Queen Bee? Any advice for Queen Bee? Okay. Okay. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups in reverse. I'm going to say that's just advice for everybody. This is about, for me anyway, looking at it right now in the context of everybody's read, and the vibe that I'm getting is really about moving on from the past and no longer sitting in nostalgia. Okay. This is about closing out past life cycles. That's what I'm getting. So this could be, moving on from soul contracts, possibly. So for the Morning Dew girl, we got the Nine of Pentacles as the advice. So basically, what I'm getting here is continue to be self-sufficient. You are harnessing the cycles of life like we were talking about before. You know that you don't want a whole bunch of random options to choose from. You don't want confusion. You don't want to wait on something that needs to be built for a long time until that it's something substantial that is emotionally fulfilling. You're letting go of the past, moving forward. So your advice is to continue to do that and to try and find contentment and happiness within yourself, right? So that's your advice, group 1. Okay, group 2, can you hear me? You got 2 cards, and the first is the Two of Swords as your advice, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So that's confusing advice for sure, but we can extrapolate. So what I'm getting in the context of your read, because you are feeling kind of stuck and stagnant, and you're not feeling very like you're wanting to take action, but you're feeling conflicted within. You have all this love and all this emotions, but it's not balanced, right? So like what I'm getting is the advice is I feel like, and it's like the opposite of both of these. Does that make sense? Where that I feel like this is where you are, and so then that in and of itself is advice for what to do next, right? So the Two of Swords is about being stuck and conflicted and uncertain and not being able to see clearly. So I think your advice here is to make some decisions to get unstuck, and to take the blindfold off, right? So that you can see clearly that, if you are feeling isolated, but you have all this emotion to share, like you need to make the decision to unstuck yourself. I don't know if that's even a word, but get yourself unstuck, right? The next piece of advice is the Six of Wands in reverse. This is about feeling unsuccessful or untriumphant, right? So I think what the Spirit is trying to say is you need to focus on things that make you feel successful, right? So focus on these issues. These are the two, this is the crux of the matter. This is why this is your advice I'm getting, is that the Two of Swords is about you being stuck and indecisive, right? Like you want to communicate and you want to move forward, but you're too trapped in your emotions. And then with the Six of Wands is like you're not feeling very successful because perhaps you're not necessarily focusing on the things that make you feel triumphant within yourself, right? So I'm not really sure what it is that's got you conflicted and feeling this way, but maybe focusing on this, the fact that you're not feeling successful in your life in general, may help, So that's what I got for you, group 2. Group 3, you got 3 different cards, so I'm just going to take a peeky peek. Okay, yeah, this is feeling rather straightforward. So you have the Hanged One in reverse. So what I think this is trying to say is that, you have gone deep and you have connected with your pain and you're embracing it and you're not running away from yourself anymore. You're not trying, all that sort of thing. Like this has been a major perspective shift for you, and you're making better choices, and you have been in that space where that you've dove deep, right? So this is kind of telling me to go ahead and you can go ahead and come out of that now, right? I'm not saying to change the techniques that you've now figured out for yourself while you were down deep, but go ahead and come up for air, come up to the upright position, and you can go ahead and move forward from there, right? So you don't have to keep doing the deep, dark work, and this relinquishing, letting go, no longer running away from the pain thing, this, which is an amazing thing. I'm so glad that you connected with that. But yeah, this is just about go ahead and come out of that now, and just enjoy being happy, right? Seriously, enjoy what you've accomplished. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy this time, because there will always be more work to do, and you're going to continue to, go through the ups and downs of life like all of us, right? But this is an up time for you. So just go ahead and enjoy it. Like, you're doing great. You've done the work, and so you've earned it, right? So that's really the advice for you, is to enjoy it. You've also got the moon card in reverse. So what I'm getting for this is like, yeah, come on up out of the subconscious, out of the kind of hidden aspects of yourself, because you've explored them now, and you shine some light on them, and you're now reaching a place of happiness. And yeah, I feel like it's okay to go ahead and come on out. So that's what I'm getting for y'all. So wow, what a good collective reading. I'm so glad that we had like 3 separate piles, and totally different energies for each portion, which I think actually is really cool. And I've never had a collective reading come out like that, so I kind of like that setup. So I might kind of steer things in that direction a little bit in the future, because I feel like that's a little bit more well-rounded, and maybe you might resonate with little bits of each one, or all of them, or just one of them. But I feel like that brings a little bit more diversity to the table. So this has been really awesome. Yeah, hope you all enjoyed like a little outside front porch situation, and yeah, I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. So yeah, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to support me and my channel. I am new to YouTube, but I've been reading tarot for a long time, so I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll tune in again next time. Thanks so much. Bye.